Today we're going to look at completing a Google assignment that a teacher has made for us in Canvas. For Canvas and Google to work together, you should have authorized Google in your settings. If you want to check and make sure that this is done, over on the left-hand side in the blue bar at the very top where it says Account, click on Account and then click on Settings. Going to scroll down a little bit, and under where it says web services, your computer should say registered services and include Google Drive. If it does not, Google Drive is probably listed over here on the right under other services, and you can click on that and follow the prompts to log in and allow Google and Canvas to talk to one another. If you'd like to see a video on that, on the VLA website, if you go to Families and go down and click on Technology Support. On the left-hand side, it says Google and Canvas. I'm going to click. And there is a link to a video here, just lasts about a minute and a half, that shows you how to register your drive with Canvas. If your Google assignments are not working correctly, then you might want to look at the two videos at the bottom about how to unregister your Google Drive or to remove the Google Drive integration. It has to be removed from Google and it has to be removed from Canvas. And when you finish removing it, you would go back and re-register your Google Drive with Canvas. So it's not something you take off and leave off. It's something that you take off and then add back on and see if maybe it works better the second time when you add it. So going back to our Canvas course, I'm going to go back to my dashboard and go into my class. I'm going to click on Modules. And I made a module for myself for this video called Google Practice and an assignment called Kentucky Information. I'm going to click on the assignment. At the top, your teacher probably has a due date listed. For this one, I didn't list one, and the points possible and some directions for what you're supposed to do. And then at the bottom, if you've used this before, you're going to see a Google document, and it could be a document or it could be Google Slides. If you've not used it before, it's going to ask you to link your account. So yes, this is the name of the student Chromebook that I'm using. It's the name of the student is Google Classroom 4. I'm going to click link. Asking, do I want to link the accounts, and the assignments and things will live in my Google Drive. That if they're Google assignments, I'm going to click link again. And it's going to spin. The last time I did this, it was spinning for about 30 seconds, and that didn't even take that long. So if you've already done the linking with a previous assignment, then you may come up straight to the assignment. So at the top, I'm scrolling back up, was where I clicked and it had the due date, the points, directions from the teachers, and then scrolling down, here is my document. And then it says open to attach and submit. So if I submit it now, it's blank. I haven't done any work. I'm going to click. It opens up in a new tab. I do not need to make a copy of this document. This document belongs to me. In the top left, you can see the file name, and it says Google Classroom 4 again because that's the name of the student. So at the beginning of the file name would be your first and last name. At the end of the file name is the name of the assignment. And in this case, the teacher has made a Google Doc and has given some websites to look at, and then has asked you to answer some questions and left a little bit of place to type. It's not a problem if there's not enough room, because as you type, the space will grow. Some teachers will also put a box here for you to type in, and sometimes it helps them find your answer, or it keeps you from backspacing and erasing the question. If you accidentally erase a question, remember you've got an undo button in the menu. You can hit Control Z on your keyboard or click undo on the top left of your menu bar to get the questions back. It's important that you leave the questions there so you can see what they are, especially if after the teacher grades it, you want to go back and see how you did and see if you fully answered the question. And some teachers will allow you to resubmit your assignments. You do have some extra buttons up here at the top. You may want to make your font just a little bit larger. You don't want to go too large. Makes it a little bit harder to grade. You can change your font color if you want your font color to be different from the teacher's questions to make it stand out, but you don't want to choose anything bright and gaudy or it hurts the teacher's eyes as they're grading all the assignments. So the text is already in black. I might want to choose a brown color. It's down here kind of under the dark golds, and the kind of says dark red, but it looks more like, I think, a brown kind of color. And I could choose that, make my font just a little bit bigger. And this is where I can type the answers to my questions. If I keep typing, you will see that more space is allotted for your answers. And a couple of times it even guessed what I was going to say, and I could press tab. I misspelled one word and it fixed that as I went along. So all that was nice. And then I could click down and answer all the other questions. I do not need to share this. It's already shared with the teacher. And there is not a submit button here, so I cannot click submit. If one shows up, if Canvas changes this and it becomes a submit button, that would be nice. So use it, but it's not there right now. So back in my previous tab, I'm going to close this, and I might even pretend like it's the next day and I've come in, I've gone back to modules, I've clicked on the assignment again. If it's still open, you wouldn't need to do that. And you see how we did not have to click to sign in. It says here's my file that I can click on, and it has my name on it this time. Remember, the student is called Google Classroom 4. The name of the assignment's Kentucky Information. And then to turn this in, I'll need to click the button that says Open to Attach and Submit. And it's sitting here, so I'm going to just hit Submit and submit again. And it says one attachment will be submitted. Says you're all set. There is an unsubmit button if you've decided that you need to work on it some more before the teacher's grading it, or once the teacher grades it, it will be returned to you and you won't need to click unsubmit.